Welcome back to the interview podcast on the Y Millbank Podcast Network from Millbank, South Dakota. This is a first trial run at this video piece of what we do here at the interview, and I couldn't think of a more appropriate guest to have to start this video side of things as the one and only Click Thompson. How are you, Click?
Out here in the field, giving you the latest updates on the weather and what's going on. Now I know that I'm the first person to try this.
What are we learning? What are we learning?
It's gonna rain.
I did. I blame you for something in my life.
Okay.
So we met. Oh, geez, when was this? A year and a half ago now, or more?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It feels like forever.
It feels like forever. Yeah. And we. So we met because you decided to come on the show. You were gracious enough to respond to some crazy person on Instagram. Say, sure, I'll come on your little podcast. That's fine. And so we chatted on there, and I should have done the research and gone back, but I've been on the road, somewhat like you, not quite to the same extent. And so, but I should have done the research to figure out exactly when it was. But anyway, it was before last January, because then in January I had a job down in north of Dallas, and then I reached out to you, and you were gracious enough to say, hey, come with me, I'm going to go play around down in the Cowtown Coliseum at a rodeo, so you can come play. As a photographer, that's like a dream. So I'm thinking, I live in South Dakota, I have zero reason to own Western wear, so I need something. So because of you, I had to go get my black hat.
There you go.
Because according to you, you have to have a certain aesthetic if you shoot a rodeo.
Yeah, you gotta be in dress code. Gotta look a certain way.
Right. Yeah. Plus, I'm bald, and I didn't want anyone to mock me because apparently that's a thing. No, it's fine. I don't care about that. I figured a beanie wouldn't be inappropriate, so I bought a black hat, and that's your fault. I will blame you 100%.
Well, I'll take that on the chin. Looks good, and how we can get you. It'll be your first of many.
There it is. That's it. Now I couldn't quite spring for the American hat code that you sport. But next time.
Mine are expensive sometimes.
Yeah. You have good reason. All right. Since we have talked on here, it was prior to the NFR 2021 National Finals Rodeo, for the 5 of you that don't know what we're talking about. And were you there just because, and you happened to get some arena access? What happened last year? Because then we'll talk about this year, but what happened last year?
Last year was kind of chaotic. So I was selected for the National Final Steer Open, which happens in November in Kansas. And then shortly after I finished that deal, I was kind of pumped because I'm like, I get to go to Vegas, I get to relax a little bit, maybe shoot a little bit. It'll be cool. I got my deals during the day. I'll shoot, then we'll be good. And then I get a phone call from a client, and they're like, hey, so we'd like you to shoot the NFR for us. I'm like, okay. So they get that all set up. It goes smooth.
No, just a second. Hold on. Can you name this client?
Yes, I was shooting for Teton Ridge.
Okay. Oh, a little nobody group. Don't they bring the American? Aren't they the American?
They bring the American, and they're one of the title sponsors now of the National Finals.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So
all right. Carry on.
At that time, everything was kind of low profile. We were moving under the blanket of mystery, and so that's going good. And we come in, and so we have and for anyone who happens to watch, if you're ever looking where the announcers are, there's a kind of a front row gallery of photographers, and that's the little pit area there. And that's where I was shooting the first couple days. First 6, and then so one of my buddies, Clay Gardepy, who is out in Mitchell, South Dakota.
Yeah, and, Rodeo Ready, correct?
Rodeo Ready, yeah.
Yeah, so fascinating. Interesting note about that. He's on my list that I haven't reached out yet to. So if you have a chance, throw a bug in his ear.
I will do that. I will do that.
We go to a family camp every year with, I believe it's his cousin, and we've gotten to know them really well. And this last summer, she's like, you know what, my cousin shoots rodeo. You might know him. It's like, I don't, but I know a guy who knows him. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So
yeah,
anyway, carry on.
Clay's good buddy. Well, he ends up getting sick and gets COVID, and like he
Oh,
gets the gnarly version, like throwing up, you know. So we don't see him uh night 6. I'm like, dang, where's Clay? And, everything's kind of low profile.
well,
Well,
hold
the
on though.
next
What was
morning,
his role?
so he was selected for the NFR last year as one of the behind the scenes photographers. So
Okay.
there are 4 photographers, and I'll say it so it makes it sound super official. There are 4 photographers that are selected by the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association
Mm-hmm.
to historically document the National Finals Rodeo each year.
Okay. So just because I am a photographer and I'm
Mhm.
curious about the process, does that mean you shoot for them? So they
Correct.
own everything that you shoot? Is that the idea? Or is there
So
some joint access product? How does that
there
work?
there's some joint access with
Okay.
us and the PRC, but mainly we are shooting directly for them.
Okay. So
So
like
everything you see on the
like if you shoot the
website.
PGA, you shoot like it goes right to their systems and they give access to
Hmm.
it that same day. Is it that quick or how
Yeah,
does it work?
yeah. So
Nice.
we do some we'll pull some cards during the performance, but then at the
Hmm.
end of the performance we'll be sending more imagery and stuff like that. So
Okay,
going
sorry,
after
I derailed
sponsors
you.
and
I'm
everything.
sorry. All right,
You're good.
go back. Okay, continue your
So
story.
Clay gets sick, blah blah blah, throw up. I get a phone call uh Wednesday morning, which was the 7th performance last year. And from our photo coordinator, and she asked me, "Hey, this is the situation. Can you fill in for Clay these last 4 performances?" I'm like, yeah. Uh,
When can I start?
when can I start? And now, what a lot of people don't know, some people didn't even know that happened, even while it was happening. But so that same day, I had booked a shoot with Hui at the Neon Museum, and that wraps like at 4:30, and the performance starts at 5:45. And
How far away
I
is this
get
venue?
without traffic, maybe 10 minutes.
Far enough to be a problem though.
When everyone's trying to get to the Thompson Mac, a little bit
Yeah.
longer. And I happen to draw the one Uber driver that has no clue what the Thompson Mac is and no clue
What?
what the NFR is.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
jeez.
I got the one in Vegas that just had no clue what's everyone. Because and I don't know as an Uber driver how you don't draw one person that's headed in that direction over the course of 10 days,
Right.
but it's fine.
Right.
So at this point, we're like off on the side by the back pins and things, and I just go, "Hey, just stop. I'll get
Really?
out." Like, yeah. So I'm running through the back pins with my case, bouncing across the dirt and the rocks and stuff, trying to, get to the front of the building, and then security stopping me because they think I'm not supposed to be there, and then we got credential. But my credential changed, so I had to go downstairs, get that straight, and I had to go back upstairs, get a new credential, and then that took a few minutes to get that
So
straight,
this
and I
all
had to come
happens
back
as the event is getting just ready to start.
as we're getting ready to start. Yeah. So, and then normally we'll do like a photographer's orientation. So I have none
Hmm.
of that information. I just am doing what I do. Zero information. Rosanna, who was the other behind the scenes photographer, when I finally got my credentials straight, she showed me like a quick tour, like of one side of the arena for like 10 minutes. And it's like, all right, good luck. Just like
So
I
so
told her, I'll just stay on this side.
was that tour okay, this is where you're allowed to be? Is that basically what it is?
It was more of, hey, this is the security guard. Hey, this is Click. He's filling in for
Okay,
so
right.
and
He's
so,
supposed to be
and
here. Gotcha.
he's supposed to be here,
Yeah.
and you can go here and have fun. and
Nice.
and and I stopped. Fortunately, I had been shooting the rodeo
Hmm.
like just during the day, but the moving, it's just different when you're back there and you're running back and forth and you're a part of the event. And yeah, I think I stopped sweating around the barrel race for
Oh
sure.
my. Which is
When
what,
I
the
when I
second to last product?
second to last event, yeah, I kind of
Nice.
had a moment to stop, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, you know, we're home now. But actually, a lot of those images turned out really well from that first night, so I was pleased. But yeah, it was
So then you finished out the NFR, the last
yeah
four performances technically.
yeah
Is that right? Or
hmm
okay.
yeah
Um so that was because I think I talked to you briefly and you
yeah
it shocked me that you were actually there shooting? Because I saw you on camera. I
Yeah.
was watching the Cowboy Channel. Plug for the Cowboy Channel. I was watching that, and I saw your face down there where I didn't think you were going to be, and so I think I shot you a message, and so that was kind of shocking to see you
It
down
was
there, which is
shocking
super
for a
cool.
couple
Yeah,
people.
yeah. And then when I saw you in Fort Worth a few months, or that next month, it was in January. I was talking to you about the Tuckness accident, and you were there when that happened. Which the fact that okay, so this is incredible. That dude is back again this year after having his shin snapped in half by a bull last year.
I think he was back. He fought.
In June,
I think
wasn't
Reno
it?
was
it
his
June?
first one in June.
Yeah.
Fighting in Reno in June. Yeah.
And the fact that he's now back ready to do it again at the NFR is fascinating. But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about So you say there are 4 photographers that are sanctioned by the PRCA to shoot this Super Bowl of Rodeo.
Yeah.
And 2 are in the arena and 2 are behind the scenes, correct?
Correct.
Do you apply for this product? Is this an application process?
There is an application process. So to be eligible to shoot the NFR, any of the championship events, so that also includes the breakaway finals or the steer roping finals, we have so minimum you have to do 8 rodeos and 20 performances. So
to even be eligible.
To even be eligible.
Okay.
And so now the reason that it's 8 and 20 is like, so if you shot Fort Worth has 30 performances, but it only counts as 1 rodeo. So you still have right.
So you have to travel.
You got to travel a little bit.
All right.
You have to be a professional rodeo cowboy as well.
Yep.
So I think this past year I finished with 17 and 49. So
wow.
Done pretty good. I mean, I think my goal maybe for next year is to try to do 100 performances. We'll see. No sleep for the. I mean, so like you mentioned Tuckness, so like Tim and Webster, they fight. They do about 150 performances a year as bullfighters.
Wow, that is insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, crazy. But and then we have, once you meet those requirements, then you submit an application with 15 photos, which is an odd number. So that's a weird portfolio arrangement of photos. And so you can, when you have the application, you can check if you want to be in the arena, if you want to do behind the scenes, or you want to do either. I do either because I like to do both.
It's just the product.
And also I think it also allows for, don't disqualify yourself if you don't have it. And so we have a committee of 4 or 5 people. One of them is actually a PRCA photographer that we vote on. They just basically they take themselves out of eligibility to shoot the NFR for PRCA, and then they'll work as our rep, so to speak. And just another good subject matter expert, a part of the group that looks at reviews the portfolios and things like that. So, but yeah. And then they meet, they look at all the portfolios. So an interesting thing in that process as well is when they see the portfolios initially, they don't know who they belong to.
So they're unbranded.
Our names are not associated with the imagery. So they see that, and then they kind of rank them, and then from after the rankings, then they get the names, and then they kind of start placing people where if they want to put in selections and stuff like that. So
wow. When do you? Okay, so you got chosen as one of 2 in arena photographers this year. Is that you've never been chosen for this event, correct? This is first.
I have. This is technically the first time I've been selected for the national finals.
Awesome. Sweet.
So, and I'm cool. In the arena, which is, that's I think that's been the traditional, more prestigious role, I guess.
What does that actually mean? What does that mean? Are you actually inside on the dirt?
Yes, I am
for
on
the whole event. Like you can be out there during every event, or how does it work?
Yeah. So, and it is for sure it is a show and a production. So there's certain places that they kind of want us during certain events, like because that arena is pretty small for timed events. So.
It really is, yeah.
So like definitely like for like the calf roping and steer wrestling, sometimes they may have us on the bucket shoots, but like during the bucket horses.
You're out
and
there with them.
during the barrel, we're in the dirt. So yeah, you'll see me kind of tucked in the corner, trying to
Nice.
find the hole and trying to get run over.
So
And
there is a picture that you have, and I don't have it prepped here, but where there's I think it was, I want to say it was a saddle bronc, but I may be wrong. Right at, you were like in the ground level hole.
yeah,
And this horse is almost on you,
yeah,
front feet in the ground, back feet in the air, and you've got a killer looking shot on there. I think you put
that
it on your
is.
Instagram.
Yeah, that was from last year during the NFR. I had gone down there, so there's a video guy down there that shoots a lot of low angle stuff for like the barrel race, and he kind
Yep.
of covers everything. But I said, man, it'd be cool. And it was funny. I had gone down there during the bareback ride, and then I had another camera with a wide angle lens on it, and that's what it was for. If something came
Yeah.
close, and I didn't really get anything great. Like there wasn't a whole lot of good photos, but I knew if I kind of waited it out, maybe one would be good. And I had like a cool one where there was one during the steer wrestling where like 3 guys won. So like one guy doesn't even have a horse; he's just running with the guys
Yeah.
as they do like the victory lap. So that was a cool picture. But during the bareback ride, and Casey Field gets one that doesn't weaken and comes straight at this deal, and I'm like, okay. Like, I mean, I thought he was coming down in there for a
Because
second.
there's
I'm like,
room for some feet to get there with you, right?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like he,
Oh man.
that shot, that set of feet there, where it's like, okay, we're gonna take it, but risk and
Wow.
reward.
Yeah. Yeah. Very much
Yeah.
so. But that's a killer shot. So you are on the Instagram, and that's kind of where you live for most of your imagery, right? Click Thompson on Instagram.
Yep.
And you've, I mean, the stuff on here is incredible. If anyone was to see that, I mean, obviously there's a reason you got picked, because you kind of have a little bit of talent there. So
I'm decent.
yeah. So I'm looking
practically professional.
That's it. Yeah. So I'm looking at the, you know what? Let me just try this real quick. I may be able to throw this screen up here.
Okay. All right.
I think I can. Let me. A window. Here we go.
Good vibes.
Now we're talking. Boom. There it is. All right. That's what we're talking right there.
There you go. Yep. That's it.
So
that is it.
That is not close, or that's not far away from you.
No.
At all. I mean, to the point where the horse's face is not even in focus.
Yeah. Yeah, that is about as close as it gets for
incredible.
Before I bail.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. So, but that's the kind of stuff that's there now, because you are one of the arena photographers. Do you get to light that place now, or be a part of that, or do they do all that for you? How does that work?
So
and by lighting it, for those that don't know, when you shoot a big arena like that, you actually want to strobe it, right? You want to have lighting so you can get some drama and make sure everything is exposed properly.
So we actually have 2, and it was funny. Like maybe the day after I got called to shoot the NFR, I think I got a phone call from the lighting guy. Maybe a day or 2 later.
Really?
And we talked for 45 minutes, an hour on that deal. But and we've had maybe 3 or 4 follow-up conversations or meetings about it. So actually the PRCA, or basically they contract a guy to bring in lights. So we both have access to lights. So one guy will bring in lights who actually works at the building, and then I will actually hang my set of lights this year too. So, and Phil and I haven't decided. We may alternate and try different stuff, or we'll get weird. There'll be some different things going on for sure.
Do they kind of give you control? Like, do you get some flexibility there to put lights, or is it pretty tight?
I think it's going to be pretty tight. I think due to
interesting.
Due to because we're gonna have these, I guess, canopies who really have a setup. There'll be like some video guys there, and so there'll be limited space. Based on what I've heard so far, like space is tight and power can sometimes be an issue. So you try not to pull too much power when you shoot, and you don't want stuff to fail. And so we'll have to test all that and see what works where and things like that. But you get a little bit of creative freedom, and I'm not afraid to. We got 10 nights, man. As long as it's right on night 10, I'm good.
Yeah.
I will tinker with it for every day if I have to. Try something different. and a lot of times you sometimes when you discover new things, just tinkering with lights or you move
Mm-hmm.
something or and it's like, man, that looks really good there, and it may take we try to get it right on day one, and usually that'll be like when I'll finally breathe is when I test those lights that first night, and and everything's good because I've also experienced that where you set everything up, it looks good, and there's nobody in the building, and then as soon as people walk in and all
It
those
doesn't.
radio signals come in,
Right.
nothing fires, and
Yep.
you're like,
Yep.
what's going on? Yeah. So
So this all
so
begins
yeah,
December 1.
December 1.
When do you get there and start
Monday,
playing around? Monday?
Monday, this Monday, I will be there.
Okay.
We will hang lights. I will be there at 9:30 a.m. in Las Vegas, Nevada,
So
and we will hang lights.
so do you get like a rider that you can, like artists do, you can request, all pink M&Ms or,
Oh,
a
I
certain kind of
wish
Swiss water.
if
None of that.
I wish it would be lovely. One day. It's funny. I always watch musicians and things like that, and
Yeah.
sometimes I adopt just things they do when they travel and stuff like that. Like eventually one day I want to have like a set of roadies where I don't
Oh yeah.
touch a light and
Right.
like just
So you go there.
here,
Yep.
here's some money, hang this stuff, I'll come out
Mhm.
and test it. If it looks good, we'll be good, and then you guys tear it down.
That's
And
how Mario
and it'll
Testino works in the fashion
yeah,
world.
and it does allow for you to be more efficient, and
Hmm.
that's I think that's good business too. But
Yeah.
yeah, I wish I had like a nice writer. I would immediately request more power and
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
freedom. It's you never quite have enough freedom. Like, oh man.
Right.
So usually when I open, I don't ask people where can I go. I ask them where can't I go, and then I kind of work from that because a
So
lot of
then you
times
push those
usually
bounds a bit.
yeah, then you
Yeah.
push it like
Yep.
because like for me like we got 10 nights.
Hmm.
Obviously, as a photographer, we're selected because we're talented but we're also creative and you want to be creative. And 10 nights, you can get bored real quick if you shoot
Yep.
the same
Right.
thing the
Well,
same way.
because
So,
it's the same people doing the same
yeah,
things 10 times in a row.
yeah. So, I mean, and the
So,
moments change slightly, so
yeah.
you have to adjust. Yeah.
So you've been there once, so you kind of have a
Uh-huh.
feel as far as shooting it, surreptitiously at least,
Yeah.
once. Is there like how much of the drama is real of the rivalries and the stuff going on, or is that just really just made up BS for television?
You know, part of it's I think we've always tried to, and it's natural
Yeah.
because we like teams and we like
Oh
to
yeah.
pit
Hmm.
people against each other. There's a cool picture I took last year of Stetson Wright and Sage Kimsey, like sitting together, just talking, laughing, and it was kind of cool because they had found a corner
Yeah.
where there wasn't really cameras, and
Hmm.
they were just, and
Except
they can,
yours.
yeah,
Hmm.
except mine, and 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 they at that point they're used to me and they've seen me around, which is an advantage
Yeah.
sometimes too. That they don't really they're not worried about you, but and it's easy to pit those guys against each other, but Sage can't make Stetson ride his bulls any worse or better,
Well,
So
that really is the key. None of this is they're not really competing against each other
no,
because it's their own game. Now they happen to
yeah,
be competing at the same time,
yeah,
but yeah, it's all the luck of the draw, really.
yeah, yeah. Who does their job better,
Hmm. Yeah, it's like
and
golf.
yeah. Now it does. Now the drama definitely with winning gold buckles and world championships is like it heats up that eighth, ninth,
Yeah.
10th round when people start doing the money and you're looking at it
Yep.
like, oh, it can be this or I can do that or oh, we need that. Yeah, it gets a little interesting.
Now, you do see sometimes where you get, some of the guys they haven't ridden yet or they already have done their ride and they'll jump in and help someone in the chute get ready. Um,
Yeah,
is there sometimes when they're like, "Screw you, I'm not going to help you because I don't want you to win this round"? Is some of that real, or will
it's
these guys
I,
really just jump in and help anyway?
everybody helps everybody. I mean, obviously, guys prefer usually their traveling partners
Yeah.
you know, there have been times that I've held gloves for guys so they can take their hands or pull the
Yeah.
slide back so we can push a horse or bull through or it's just a big collaborative effort. Plus everyone
Hmm.
is trying not to lose any more money because we have a
Right.
specific time period that we have
Yep.
to get things done in.
Yep.
So usually, if you're running long, it's costing you money. So but yeah, it's just a big collaborative effort. I think everyone wants everyone to do well. I think me, even as a bit of a competitor too, I don't want, if I win, I want to win against people at their best, at
Yeah.
the peak of their performance,
Hmm.
because then I know that, there's no doubt that I was the best that day.
Yeah.
So, and I think there's that too. There's a lot of swagger in that, but it's, guys aren't trying to sabotage anybody or things like that. They just want to do well.
Yeah. Is there going back to your selection? How many
Hmm.
people apply? Like, how many
Um,
photographers are even available or eligible to apply?
I think we had somewhere around close to 40 this year.
Really?
Um, there's a large, and it's crazy how many. And I thought it would be less, but I think there was maybe an influx the last day, and we got a good amount of photographers
Hmm.
somewhere. Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but I would argue somewhere between 25 to 40 photographers
Wow.
that were in the running for that deal,
Yeah,
or interested. So
that's cool.
feels good to get selected. That's a cool thing.
Totally, man. I can't imagine. That's fantastic. So
Yeah.
you'll be heading out Monday. You'll get there. Will you be able to kind of have your own stream of footage coming out through Instagram, or is it all everything NFR official is going to be one of the four of you,
We're
right?
we're gonna I'm gonna try and do some things. Actually, one thing we were working on but couldn't quite get it approved. I was gonna try and do a mic'd up series, because the
Yeah.
one girl who is working as my first assistant, she was going to um she was actually going to shoot, because she had done some of the recent videos I had done where people
Hmm.
see me running around, or the
Yeah.
random things Click Thompson thing. That random things Click Thompson series will probably continue, because
Nice.
there's a lot more things. But we were gonna do like a mic'd up thing where I was gonna shoot, like, record audio every night while I was shooting,
Hmm.
and have like some images and stuff like that. But yeah, there'll still be some things. I got a few companies that want to do like some IG takeovers and some other things. So they'll be in tune. Plus, I have some pretty cool outfits that I might want to show off. So
Really?
yeah,
Like Click
so
Thompson outfits?
there will be, expect a lot of color, a lot of patterns, lots of different influences from. There'll be
That's
African
awesome.
and Japanese
Oh man.
influences. There will be a lot of weird stuff. It's just
So you are
there'll be
becoming a spectacle. Excellent.
yeah. I mean, I think people who know me know that, part of being a professional is looking like one.
Yeah.
And when you're in the arena, I mean, you're a little bit a part of the show. And, why not? It's, you only get one opportunity to, wear something. Some of the things these ladies wear during the NFR is out
Oh
of
man.
control.
Yeah.
If I can wear one crazy blazer one night, why not?
Yeah.
You know,
So are
you
you
know.
still stuck in the Nikon world? I mean, happily
Um,
stuck in the Nikon world?
I am still happily stuck in the Nikon world. It's been fun. I've and over of course, me being more involved, I've gotten to meet some of their higher
Hmm.
end photographers, and their ambassadors, and they've been super cool, and constantly. So Clay and I are funny. Clay shoots. It's a Canon shooter, and we are horrible enablers of each other. So if he gets something, he's usually like, "Up, you got to go buy a new lens." Or if he
Yeah.
sees me in a camera store, he'll be like, "Don't buy anything. I don't have any money right now." So
Right.
it's this, or yeah, if you get a certain shot, uh, how did you get that? There's one lens that I may try out during the NFR that's from the '70s, I think,
Oh, a
and
retro.
yeah, and I saw my buddy Andrew Hancock, who does a lot of stuff for ESPN, Sports Illustrated. He shot the Red River game not too long ago, and he pulled out this 500 millimeter mirror lens. That's no, yeah, all manual focus kind of,
Hmm.
and it's, I think the one he has.
Oh, we just lost your face. and your audio.
There we go.
Hey,
Oh,
that's better. There we go.
there. All right. Oh, got scared. Everybody, leave me alone.
Right.
Yeah, and I tried that out, and I said, and as soon as I saw one cool picture, and that's all I needed.
Yeah.
And I went on eBay, and like $300 later, I'm like, if I get one picture next year that is portfolio worthy or just something, and it could be of anything, it'll be worth it. And so it'll be tricky because it's a manual focus lens, but it's got pretty cool potential. So
500 millimeters.
it's a 500 millimeter f5, but it's got like the depth of field of like an f2.
Really? Oh
So
man.
and it's manual focus.
Nice.
So it's real
Talk about compression. Jeez.
Yeah, I would say look for interesting images from the barrel race because that's probably when it might make its debut as a remote camera or something. So yeah, I'll be excited for that to see what that'll do.
So how many lights are you going to throw in that arena?
Based on power, I'll probably have 68. I would love 8. I would love more than 8, but we'll see. Worst case scenario, if I can get away with it and take a light up there with a battery pack,
Yep.
You know, wherever I can get a little bit more, a little fill or something, a little bit more character, I'll do it. So yeah, definitely expect a renegade when it comes to lighting this year because I'm
Awesome.
gonna push the limits if I can.
So does the TV crew hate you guys?
Usually I know a lot of the folks at the Cowboy
Yeah.
Channel, so we dance quite a bit, and you know, I've always looked at it like, man, I think everyone understands that we're professionals and have a job to do, and as long as you communicate and you're not trying to like deliberately mess someone else's deal up, you'll be fine. And so they know you need a little like, come on, hey man, give me a little something. You know, I'm a pretty decent person at bantering with people and like, hey, let's have fun here. Let's make it cool. Work with me. I'll work with you. We'll be good. I'll stay out your way, Jerry. It'll be cool.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna block your shot.
Yeah.
You know, because I've been horribly abused by videographers before. There's one picture I have of during a PBR, and the videographer is honestly this far from the guy,
Really?
so I have no shot. So I just took a picture. I was like,
Nice.
I'm like,
and you're in there.
You know, like, hey guys, that lens zooms. Why don't we try that out?
Yes. Yeah. Good video crews should not be visible.
Yeah.
Really. And some would say good photographers shouldn't be either, but you will be the exception to that rule.
Yeah. It's time to be seen. If people don't know who I am, they're going to
now.
That's
right.
For sure.
So do you get to stitch on your nice leather NFR jacket? Can you put your brand smack down at dab there too?
I mean,
you're not supposed to.
I probably won't put that on there. I'm sure they put our name on it. And, well, at least I pray they do, because no one steals a leather jacket, right?
No,
but,
no.
It'll say photographer and everything. So I'm excited for those jackets this year because they're like a nice bright camel color, almost as close to the background we have here.
Oh, really?
So yeah, you won't miss us this year.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, we'll be nice and seen and visible.
So I saw you had a belt buckle posted the other day.
So
you get one of those too, or what?
Hopefully, I'll leave Vegas with 2 more, but I'll get another.
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean 2 more?
Well,
let's talk. Are you competing in this event as well?
I'll explain. Kind of. Okay. Kind of. So, yes, I will automatically get another buckle because I was selected for the NFR, and it'll say it'll have the National Finals Rodeo on it, my name, the whole deal. I am also I was nominated in the top 5 for Photographer of the Year. So if I am selected as Photographer of the Year, I'll get another buckle.
When will that be chosen? Is that after the NFR?
It'll be a week from today, so I will know on Wednesday night. They will declare the things.
Do you know who you're going up against?
The top 5 is Clay Gardapi, Rodeo Ready, Rosanna Sales, who is the previous Photographer of the Year in 2017, Phil Doyle, who I'm sharing the arena with at the NFR, and then Robbie Friedman, who was the Photographer of the Year last year. So, pretty stacked group.
Have you ever been in the running?
Nope,
before?
this is my
Or
first
this?
year in the running. Top 5.
Jeez.
Yeah.
How long have you shot rodeos? I know we talked about this last time, but
So I've been in the Western sports industry for 11 years. Um, for people
yeah,
ask
but being a
about,
PRCA photographer, how long?
so this is how fast it goes. So in 2019, I got my permit. In
Okay.
2020, I got my card, which was a great year to get your card.
We're close. We're close. You need to tell your people to leave you alone. Or get out of your truck. One of the two. We don't know where he is. He's out in the middle of nowhere, sitting in his custom um, recording studio. I haven't decided the brand name of that studio yet, but we're we're getting there. Maybe. I hear something. I don't see a face yet, but hey.
Hang on.
Yeah. Nope, this is good. We're good. Luckily we're live to tape, so sounds like he's going to come back shortly. I'll take this brief moment here to remind everyone that we operate on the value for value model, which really is just that. If you get value out of the show, you get to decide what value that is, turn it back into dollars, and send it our way. You can do that at theinterviewpodcast.org. And everything is very much appreciated and very welcomed. And we will bring Click back into the show now.
There we go. Sorry,
Come back.
I've been storm chasing,
Nice.
and we had a tornado I had to kind of avoid here, but
Had to go get
we're
a good
good.
job. Don't worry, I
Reporting
took
live.
I like it. I took the opportunity to have a house ad. So no, we're good.
Oh, that's awesome. So yes, I am in the top 5 photographer of the year.
But well, no, you said 2020 you became official to shoot.
So there's also a process to become a card member of the association. So we 2019 I started my permit, and there was a certain amount of requirements that you had to do to get that. And then actually I think I still have it here. So yep,
Well,
that's my permit.
sorry, I just carry that
There,
right here with me. It's
that,
fine. I'm
that's
so
my
not
permit.
prepared.
There's my permit. Everything's in the truck right now. And
You've
then excuse me.
well,
And now this is the
you've seen
current.
Anchorman. You've
Yeah,
seen Anchorman, right?
yeah,
They're in the
absolutely.
jazz bar. Oh, I'm so unprepared. Hold on. No big deal.
No big deal. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Sorry.
But yeah, got my card. It's nice here and
Yeah.
close. But yeah, got my card in 2020. Was selected for the National Steer Roping Finals in 2021, and subsequently shot some of the NFR. And then 2022, I'm shooting the National Finals Rodeo, and eligible to be Photographer of the Year.
That's insane. Just 2 years in, really. I mean, 2 years in officially, right?
And selected for the NFR Open, which is formerly the national final, the RAM National Circuit Finals. So I did that in July.
Oh, okay. So now next year they added this like playoff almost in Sioux Falls. That's going to be kicked off in Sioux Falls, South Dakota next year.
Yep.
That's like the last? That's it. Like that's the last money making event, I believe, of the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So presumably you may be in our state next year.
It was people that
if
asked
you
me if I
are,
was going to be.
it's okay. You were there once. You went to Rapid City, and you so rudely just drove right past us. I mean, 2 hours south, but whatever. Didn't even consider coming to the studio, but that's fine. No worries. No hard feelings at all.
Well, I plan on coming up to Rapid City this year, so I'll coming up. I'll be driving.
Go to the east side. Come on, you can make it happen. Or whatever.
Couple detours. All over South Dakota.
Why not? I mean, it's a barren wasteland. We like it. I did when I was in Dallas a few weeks ago. I reached out to you and said, "Hey, you in town?" And you were off doing something that is not photography related. So, how many weddings do you officiate now annually?
Well, on average, since this is my first year, 3.
Hey, perfect.
So,
what happened? How'd that get started? Are you like an ordained minister now, or are you one of these internet preachers?
So yes and yes. So I have an online certificate, but I also have one from an actual church that has signatures and all the deals on it. I was asked last year back at the house, the casa, we'll have group like family interactions, big group cookouts and stuff, and usually I was the one. I would bless the food, and Next thing you know, people are like, "Hey, will you marry us?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, what? What do you want me to do?" So, over the course of last year, I managed to book 3 weddings as an officiant, and we do
Weird.
travel. I did one in Santa. My first wedding as an officiant was in Santa Fe, New Mexico. It was just horrible scenery and just just the most. It was just awful. Actually, it was the most beautiful place ever. But
Right. So
then,
rough. Horrible thing to
yeah,
do.
yeah. I mean, then I was in Oklahoma, doing one for my good friend Ty Rumford and Alexis, who's also a photographer, and then I did one in Colorado, just outside of Denver.
Wait,
So
Ty, who?
Ty Rumford, son of Bronk Rumford, brother of Justin Rumford.
The comedian.
Yeah.
So Justin, I have tried to reach out to him to get him on the podcast because I think it'd be fun to have a rodeo clown on here, and I've heard nothing
Oh,
back. So I mean I don't know about
you
these
mean
people.
if if you want me
I
to,
mean
I'll reach out. I'll reach out.
I
I'll
have no way if I'm in the right channels, but I would love. It'd be fun to get him on.
that'd be cool. I am. I'll see the whole Rumford family in a
Hmm.
couple days for the awards banquet. So hopefully
Awesome.
we're all standing there with buckles and stuff. But
Yeah.
so yeah,
Well, certainly
that'll
you
be
don't have to
fun.
take up your conversation with me, but if you
Hey,
have
so
the
I got a
opportunity,
guy who wants
right?
to
Yeah.
talk to you.
Yeah.
He's
So what
got
are you doing
time.
outside of this Super Bowl you're headed to? What are your plans next year, or do you have any idea? Is it just gonna take it as it comes next year?
Well, I got a phone call. I got a couple phone calls. I may be doing some returning work with the PBR in the future. There's also another PRCA tour called World's Toughest Rodeo that we might do some
Hmm.
stuff with them too. So my winter is filling up pretty quick. We're also
Wow.
trying to get some clinics in there. I had a gentleman reach out and out of New York, and he said he had maybe 10 photographers in that area that were interested in having me come and do a clinic. And so doing
Fantastic.
that, and then I think I going to Mexico in April to maybe take pictures or do something. So yeah, it's getting wide
Mm,
open out here.
That's very cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're willing to sit down and stop storm chasing for a second and chat with us. So thank you. This is good. Anything you want to I don't know, anything you want to
Oh
plug?
man.
Do you have any sponsors at this level yet? I mean, are you
I mean, I have lots of friends. It's interesting. So a unique thing that I learned from people in the sneaker head and the sneaker, I guess, subgenre and culture understand. But there's a couple guys that Nike, a lot of times, they will actually hire a collector to bring sneakers versus like go digging through their archives because they've already got it organized, it's categorized, things like that.
okay?
And guys have figured out, rather than only having one relationship,
Hmm.
uh, they do better by basically partnering with companies and working with a lot of different companies.
Hmm.
And that's something that I kind of heard over an interview, and I've kind of molded a little bit to my business. And I like to interact with a lot of different companies, and you know, there's no reason I can't shoot your jeans and your jeans
Yeah.
and your jeans.
Hmm.
Um, because I think that's just smart business. I think my goal one year is that when you go through Cowboy Christmas, you not be able to walk 10 feet and not see a Click Thompson photo. And and we've been doing it's gotten better and better each year. And it's just cool to see your pictures blown up and
So
stuff
are
like
are
that. It's
you are you shooting and then presenting to these people, or is there some relationship prior to the shoot? How does that work?
sometimes there's relationships prior. It's a little it changes each time. Sometimes people reach out, especially like newer clients. It's usually because they've reached out and they see an
Hmm.
image maybe of one of their people and they want to utilize it or get rights to it. Sometimes a company will hire me outright and want to shoot either some action stuff or specifically kind of some more commercial lifestyle imagery.
Hmm.
So yeah, you just never know kind of how people are going to find out about you. And that's the cool thing about social media. If you utilize it correctly,
Yeah.
a lot of times people are like, oh, I mean, I got hired for an amateur rodeo a couple weeks ago, and it was because the guy who reached out to me, his daughter had been following me for about 2 or 3 years, and she was like
That's the
advocating,
guy, right?
like we need to, you
Yeah.
should hire this guy. So that was super cool for me. I was like, man, that's cool that she can have that kind of
Hmm.
impact on a large scale where I can actually generate some income, and then I can also help them improve their rodeo through imagery. That was just cool for me.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, clickthompson.com, right? Like
that's it
for your straight up website.
Straight up clickthompson.com.
And then across all the social medias at Click Thompson.
Everything Click Thompson.
Instagram is kind of your primary though, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're
Well,
working on some more TikTok, so hopefully there'll be some more goofy videos.
Jumping into the China wagon, nice.
So, just people want to see things behind the scenes, so why not show it to them?
That's true. I was listening to some news this morning though, and they are the commentators are pretty set on this idea that the U.S. the presidential administration, they're going to try their best to ban TikTok. Can you imagine if that actually happened? I mean, the amount of connection that people have, like especially in like your industry and different influencer type things, the impact that would have is staggering.
Oh yeah, that's I think really in that format is really how a lot of media is consumed nowadays. It's very fast. Yeah. It's and for that to stop, it kind of it really will definitely affect a lot of people's businesses, because it's kind of been the lifeline or the or just the initial network presentation for a lot of companies or people in general or an artist. And so hopefully that won't be the case, but I mean, and it depends on when you have security issues and things like that, you got to look into that. And so it depends. But yeah, that'll be an impactful change for sure.
Yeah. Well, good luck next Wednesday on your Photographer of the Year possibilities. We obviously hope the best for you. That would be so cool,
cool
to get that. Also, the NFR will be watching. Everyone else can watch it. Is it exclusively streamed on the Cowboy Channel? And the Cowboy Channel app, Cowboy Channel Plus app. This is a great ad. We need to talk to them here. Come on.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I'll what? I'll throw your name around when I get over there by the booth. I got a guy.
I bet. Yeah, we talked about it.
I don't know what slots you got open, but y'all need him to get them. For the big. But yeah, I think pretty much all Cowboy Channel platforms, the app, the show. I think I'll actually be doing an interview. Clay and I and Roseanne, I'll probably be doing an interview later during the NFR with Cowboy Channel. So
awesome.
That's pretty cool. I did an interview with them for Western Sports Roundup shortly after I was selected for the NFR, and it's just cool because now I have people coming to me. You're that guy that was on TV.
Really?
Nice. I'm like,
yep.
Yeah, yes, sir. That was me. Good to see you. Sorry, I'm in your line. Flat out the way. Yeah, it's always in a random place, like a feed lot or something. I've seen you before.
Right.
Okay. Yes, sir.
You're that guy. Yeah. All right. So, who's gonna win all-around title this year?
Right.
Well, could anyone? Is he the only guy that successfully competes in more than one event?
No, a lot of guys do, but
hold on. Wait. I put a cat. I said successfully. I mean, it seems like he wins both Bronx and Bulls a lot, or at least places.
Yeah, Stetson makes a lot of money, and he's really good but he is world class at riding bulls and getting on Bronx, and it doesn't make any sense. Like he is, like even if he's not your favorite guy, you still watch him and you're like, that's stupid. Like that's just
right, because like I literally last year was the first time he'd ever popped into my. Now I've gone back into the archives now and watched his dad ride quite a bit. And then I didn't know, was it Rusty? Not Rusty. Is it Rusty? Is he the uncle?
Spencer is his uncle. Jesse and Jake are his uncles.
Okay, because there was might have been, I don't remember which one.
Rusty's
but one guy rode like 20 years ago. I was watching the old NFR the other day. And so it's kind of interesting to see these dynasty families, and I didn't realize that the Wrights were that. But I just think old Stetson is a breed of his own. I mean, when he gets on either animal, I just assume he's going to either win that round or he's certainly going to stay on. And when he doesn't, it's rare.
Rodeo's so much mental, and when you got so many gold buckles sitting in that house from your brothers or family members or uncles and stuff like that, it's when I remember when he was coming along, it's like, man, how could you not do well? Plus, how could you not do well when you always have a family member with you? Like, you are never alone at a rodeo, ever. Like, there's always, because I'm like, man, I could take over the world if every time I got in a bucket shoot, there was 3 of my family members right there. You know, like, like, you know, it's you literally take home with you everywhere you go. And then the NFR, everyone's there because they live in Utah, so everyone just comes down the street. You know, so incredible.
All right, well, we will be looking for you, and if anyone else wants to, and I actually considered going, like trying to attend this year, but it's just not going to work out.
Oh.
But anyway, thanks for taking a few minutes out of your storm chase to sit down. And we'll chat again after the big event. So good luck. Hope everything goes well.
Will do.
Keep stay healthy. Don't get any illness. We don't want the second stringers coming in. So.
Oh yeah. No, call him the reliever.
Right. Excellent. Awesome. Well, click Thompson, clickthompson.com, and across the social medias. Thank you again for taking the time. It's fun.